Welcome to Arizona's own Public Tinkles podcast with Joey Bats and Macy VT.
VT. PT. What's up, buddy?
Jola, my friend.
All right. Welcome back. Sorry, we are late.
We are a little late to the party, but as
Yeah.
they say, never be early to a party because then you're lame as shit.
Yeah, I've been lame a few times. I got there and they're like, "You want to help us decorate? You want to help set up?" And I was like, "Fuck!"
Yeah, you're like, no, I want to party, asswipe.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to like sit there and be like, oh yeah, you should help you decorate. No,
Decorate?
you've had a week to put this together, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna start decorating the day of. You're like, okay, you're a dumbass. Like clearly you don't know how to party.
Sure. Let's see. I think I want to get this part of the show out of the way because we skipped it last time and I feel bad.
Okay.
Our favorite and only sponsor. They are ZF Decals.
Ooh.
You can find them on Etsy at etsy.com/shop/ZFDecals.com.
Make some quality shit.
Make quality stickeroos/decals, whatever you want to call them. We got them on our cars, on our laptops, on our newborns.
On poles,
Poles,
planes, trains, automobiles,
holes, and moles. The
and
animal.
trolls.
And trolls. You can find them online, and then you can plug it in this little discount code. And they named it after the show. It was very nice. It's a 10% discount. You call it PTP10. Put that in the little promo code box at checkout after you're done designing your own little decal, or you're buying your own decal, one that's already listed on the site, like the Public Tinkles logo that they designed because they are badass over there.
They are.
And so you plug in that PTP 10, that gives you 10% off your whole entire order, not just one thing, but the whole order. And if you're nice enough to them, they'll hand deliver it to your house and give you a kiss on the cheek. So
It's rewarding.
yeah. And if you live in other countries, well, you're probably out of luck. I don't know what their
They'll
policy
send the
is.
kisses virtually.
Yeah, I don't know what their policy is on outside of United States. I think he told me he's sent some stuff to Germany before, so that's pretty cool.
That's sick.
Yeah,
But the quality stuff, definitely quality decals. Go pick them up. Support the fellas. Support him.
yeah,
Help him. Help us. You know, it's the whole shebang. If I could speak English properly today.
yeah. And we wanted to get that out of the way first. Like our last podcast, we were all over the board. We were so excited for week 1 of the NFL. Made us forget.
We apologize.
We apologize.
We sincerely apologize.
Yeah. Anyway, so week 1 did happen.
It did. Dude, I don't.
What a horrible week for New York fans.
You know, I thought I was a Bears fan. It was a bad week. Then the Sunday night game came on, and I was like, oh, I guess it's not so bad.
Yeah, the first 2 minutes into the game, and you're like, oh, the New York Giants are getting blown out. What a way to start the season. Like, you just look over at Daniel Pencil-Neck Jones, and he's got all this tire marks on his face from the turf. He's just like,
And it's raining.
what am
really
I going
hard.
to do? I'm like, yeah, your offensive line sucks. Your team sucks. Like, you suck. You know, granted, I'm a Cardinals fan, so my whole team's going to suck for, like, the next couple years. But it's like, that guy can't catch a break.
Yeah, man. I mean, that whole – I mean, here's the deal. I've watched a lot of football games in my day, but, I mean, that's
Like,
a hard way
the
to start
blocked field goal to start the season. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, like, the drive to get to that field goal was good, and then just blocked and ran for a touchdown.
Isn't that insane?
I hate the Cowboys, but I was just like, dude, like, what do you do?
I know 3 people that were losing their fantasy football that like going into Sunday night. They were losing by over 25. They had the Dallas Cowboys defense.
Got
Then
them
they
40 points.
Yeah. Then they ended up winning their
Bullshit. Who I played last week
Uh-huh.
had Dallas's defense. So he
Yeah.
beat me by like 68 points.
That's just not fair.
I was so pissed off, dude. I was like, fuck this shit. ASU lost last week.
Yeah.
Fucking the Bears lost in a humiliating way. And then, of course, my fantasy team loses. I'm like, I forgot that this year, like this time of year, can either be really, really good or it could just ruin your fucking week.
Yeah. Yeah. I was talking to this Milwaukee fan, or Green Bay fan.
Wisconsin sports teams.
And he was like, yeah, I kind of expected this. And I was
Shut
like,
up.
shut up. No, you didn't. But at the
Bunghole.
same time, I mean, I get where you're coming from.
I just
As a Cardinals fan, every time anybody beats us, I'm like, well, yeah. Like, yeah. I mean, what else? Or, yeah.
I'll tell you from a Chicago person's perspective, right quick, as they say.
Right quick there, bud.
Right quick there. Hey, babe.
Right quick there, bud. Yeah, why don't you pass me a brat? How about it?
You want the fish fry or the cheese curds?
Cheese curds.
It's a Wisconsin. It's a Wisco thing. But anyway, every year Bears fans get so excited, like a lot of people do for their teams, right? We saw that we had the Packers week 1. We're like, we're in Soldier Field. This is our house. Aaron Rodgers isn't here anymore. Let's go. And of course, we just get manhandled like we always do by those motherfuckers in green and yellow. And
Green and yellow.
I think Barstool Big Cat said it better than probably any of us, probably better than I ever could. But at what point can we just beat these fucking assholes? We haven't beat them since 2018? Yeah, we haven't beat them since 2018.
You guys need to pull a...
That's depressing as fuck.
You guys need to pull a Phoenix Suns, honestly. You need to get a new owner in there. You need to get a good owner in there. I don't know who your owner is, but after... When even was the last time you guys were in the playoffs?
The double doink.
How many years ago was that? Like, what year was that, if you remember?
I think it was 2018. Yeah.
Dude, even the Cardinals have made the playoffs since then.
I know.
Something's going on, bro.
The only thing that pisses me off is our GM's like, yeah, we're going to take the NFC North and never give it back. And I'm like, shut the fuck up.
We're like, have you not lived here? Like, you can't have a good quarterback in Chicago just because of the wind. It's hard to have a throwing quarterback.
Dude, I don't want to play the Lions. The Lions are going to beat us by 40.
If you guys
They're going to murder us.
If you guys want any chance at Justin Fields being successful,
give him an O-line.
Give him that. Also, build a okay, this is coming from an Arizona rat who knows nothing about old traditions. Put a dome over that stadium.
Yeah, our next stadium is.
Get rid of the elements.
Yeah,
if you get rid of the frozen, do what Minnesota did.
I know, that's what we're doing. The new stadium that's going to be put in Arlington, that's going to be domed.
Okay. Arlington?
Yeah. Arlington Heights.
How far is that from...
Where it's at, where Soldier's at right now?
Yeah.
Let me check. I think it's it's actually really close to where I used to live, where my mom still lives, back up there.
You said Arlington. That freaked me out. I was like, Texas? What? They already got something there. It's called Jerry's World.
Yeah, it's really close to where my mom's at. Yeah, it's in between Palatine, Wheeling, Buffalo Grove. Oh, yeah, this is the hood. I'm kidding. It's not the hood. That's actually probably one of the nicer areas in Illinois.
They took one look at you and they knew. It's okay.
Fuck off.
There's no fuck off. Just you're Joey.
So it's about 41 minutes right now. That's without traffic.
It's probably better, too. You probably get more people. Or not more people, but you probably get
Here's the deal. I mean, it's going to be good, I guess. I love Soldier Field.
People are going to show up.
Of course, I would. But still, I love Soldier Field. That's home, that's my spot. But here's the deal. If you live near the stadium in Arlington Heights, that traffic's going to suck dick on Sundays.
Yeah, just look.
Because it's a regular
happens-
white ass neighborhood.
Look at what happens at the Cardinals in Glendale.
Yeah, it's the same shit. It's
Yeah.
just like
during
it's
the
just
Super Bowl,
packed.
during the Super Bowl this past February, they closed neighborhoods. I was talking to this one person, and she was like sending me pictures, or not pictures, Snapchats of she would go outside her front door, and during Rihanna's halftime show, she could hear it from her house. And I'm like, that's actually pretty cool.
Well, I mean, that's also part of the reason why the Bears obviously don't host the Super Bowl because they can't.
Yeah, they tried. Remember, they did that with the Jets in the Giants stadium, and then it started kind of flurrying or raining.
I'm like, yeah, because someone's like, dude, why don't they do it at Soldier Field? I'm like, you want it to be, I don't know,
a foot of snow,
-5 with a foot of snow with the wind at like
50,
10 to 15 miles, like 20 miles an hour, going ever which direction while you can't feel your hands. It's not fun. No one's going to like it. Bears fans will love it because they're used to that kind of stuff. But regular people who don't, if
the Bears aren't playing that game, it's going to suck.
If it's like the Cardinals and like the Buccaneers.
Oh, my Lord.
Dude, your fans and their fans are going to fucking want to die.
No, they're not going to show up, first off.
It's going to be all Bears fans being like, let's go Bears.
Dude, our fans are the type of fans that sell their tickets. Like, we don't have a fan base. Like, it's so hard for me to defend Cardinals.
Good for you, though. You guys actually play the Giants this week. So you guys have a chance.
I actually think the Cardinals do have a chance because
you do. Giants are shit.
It's hard to. Dallas has a good defense. It's hard to get blown out in the NFL and not score at all.
I think,
especially with Saquon Barkley, it's so hard to get shut out. In the NFL.
I think the Giants just had a really bad game. Duh.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, you guys can do it. You know, I'm not saying you're going to shut them out.
I mean,
but
we
definitely think you could do something better than what
we
Dallas
scored.
Did.
We didn't score a single offensive touchdown in week 1, but we scored a few field goals. Not that that's going to be like the majority of this year for Cardinals fans. Be like, hey, Matt Prater hit a 50-yard field goal. Oh, sweet. What's the score? 38-3. Sick. I'm glad we have him.
Do you guys have like a song or anything that happens when you score? That's right. You don't go to games that much.
I've been to one game, and the one game we went to was Carolina versus Arizona. This was Cam Newton's first game back. He did the I'm back. He did that one.
They never came back after that?
Yeah, the next game, he was just like, oh, I'm injured again, or whatever. But Cam Newton owns the Cardinals. That's why I hate him. But before the game, it reminded me a lot of what ASU does.
Mm-hmm.
Except they don't do a lot of the lights. They don't shut out the lights and turn them on again and turn them off and turn them on again. They don't do that, but they'll do like a cartoon thing of the cardinal, the logo or the mascot.
Yeah,
just,
big red.
I think he has a nest or something, and then
that's
the
what they
nest.
call you guys is the nest.
The nest has eggs in it or something, and then I think the egg would have the logo of the Panthers or whoever they're playing, and then he would drop it on the ground and it would splat. And I'm like,
okay, that's
I was
that's cool. I guess
I was like, we're very intimidating. I didn't understand it, but it's pretty badass when the players run out of their tunnel. Because they'll do either defense first or offense first, and then they'll introduce the starters. That's pretty cool. But you can tell when you're in that stadium, this isn't built for, Cardinals fans. This is built for hosting Super Bowls, which it's hosted 3 already. So it's how can we have a fan base? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not built for fans. It's built for guests. There's a difference.
It's all of our stadiums besides the Suns right now.
Yeah, the Diamondbacks are that way. It's
for sure.
So big.
The Cubs are going to come here this week.
That stadium.
And it's going to be all Cub fans.
That's not what I meant by guest. Guests, I mean hey, there's a football game on. Fuck it. Let's go watch it. Who's playing? Who cares? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a baseball game on. Who's playing? Well, Diamondbacks and I don't even know. Nothing better to do. Let's go. That's what I meant by guest. It's just fuck it, let's go. It's something to do. Like the two owners of the Cardinals and the Diamondbacks are very bad at attracting fans, and it pisses me off.
Which I don't understand.
I don't get how
Because
there's
so many people here.
There's easily 2 million people here if you don't count the illegals. And it's just like, that's not a racist thing. That's a fact. It's just, it blows, like, you look at all the people, okay, so I say illegals, but if you look at the people who are clearly from out of town, they're wearing Lakers shirts and hats and Dodgers and Dallas Cowboys and Raiders and every other team you can think of except the Suns. The Suns have a lock on the Valley. And it's depressing. Like, it really is.
Oh, yeah.
You're just like, we have 4 major sports, as of now, until the Coyotes get yanked out of here, which I hope they don't. But it's just like, how do you not support your local guys? Like, when I lived in Florida, I would, from a distance, I'd root for the other teams. Like, I'd root for the Rays, I'd root for the Marlins, the Jags, Magic, all of those teams. I got to live through prime LeBron and D. Wade and all that, their championships. That was cool to watch. And I'd root for them. But it was like, at heart, I'm still Arizona everything. But here, everyone's like, nah, I don't even think about them. I'm like, bro, fuck you. Go back to wherever you're from. You know what I mean? Like, if you're from Los Angeles, just stay there. If you're not going to, support local, that's technically a local business. It's a big business. But, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and unfortunately being out here, you see a lot more of that than you see the actual fans.
Yeah, it sucks. Like,
And
I
it's
hate
rare.
seeing people wearing, just Yankees hats, Dodger hats, whatever team they are from. And it's just like, what are you doing? You're a good example of what you should do. Like, you're clearly Chicago everything, but, you'll cheer on the hometown team.
Have to.
Because it's like, this is where I live. This is my hometown now. You know what I mean? Know what I'm saying?
Dude, when we went to the ASU game last week, I stared down a dude with a big Colorado shirt on.
That's dumb.
You know what I mean? And it's shit like that pisses me off.
That's just dumb. Showing up to a game with that's the AC. Neither of the two teams that are playing, you're just like, I'm going to wear a Milwaukee Braves hat. And you're like, that's
Why?
not even a team anymore.
I just stared him down. He stared back. I just stared at him. I wanted him to say something because I was like, dude, if he says anything right now, we're going. And he didn't. And I was like, you bitch.
Yeah. I like how you told me, hey, but you got to be on your P's and Q's. There might be some fights at the game. And I was like, all right, man.
You almost start one.
The one time we separate, I almost get into a fight. I'm just so stupid. God, football games are dumb sometimes.
It was hot as fuck. That was horrible.
Yeah, that was an experience, man. I've been to ASU games with you when it was over 100, but that one was different.
That sucked.
That one was just brutal.
After halftime, it was okay.
Yeah.
But, it wasn't okay. But from a heat standpoint,
Emotionally.
it wasn't as bad. Now
Emotionally, it was just exhausting. I hated that. I was like, we're gonna catch the fucking ball.
Of course, no one could catch. And then, of course, the refs being the Pac-12 refs not doing their job. So that's always just great to watch.
That one ref got hit in the back of the head by a water bottle.
I'm kind of glad he did.
At the time, I was like, hey. But then, the game went on. I was like, hit him again.
Yeah.
I was like, you got any other
I mean,
ones?
it's classless, but do your fucking job.
Yeah.
You can't not call 3 pass interference calls that
but then
need to be
immediately
called.
go call another one on the other team. Doesn't matter who the other team is. It's just,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
One of our ASU guys barely touched the jersey of Oklahoma State player and immediately called the fucking pass interference. It's just like, dude, lick my nuts. Are
And
you
then,
kidding me?
3 plays later, when it was our drive, the quarterback threw a pretty deep pass.
Blatant as fuck.
Basically, listen, I'm not an ASU guy. I'm non-biased here. 2 hands around him like this. Nothing. Not a call.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm
it was
the
bad.
best person to talk about this. I don't know if I know the rules as good as other football people, but
It was
it's
bad.
just-
Here's the deal. If you're going to
It
call
looked like I couldn't catch that if it was me and you in the backyard. You know what I'm saying?
That-
I couldn't fucking.
I don't mind. I'm, you know me, I'm pretty honest when it comes to this kind of stuff. Like, if it's a bad call, I'm gonna say it. But it's just,
I'm blind. I'm deaf. I
wanna
want to be a ref.
it's just, it's embarrassing. You know, like, those are really crucial spots in the game, and you're fucking us. Hard. I mean, a lot of those were first downs, if not touchdowns. Because that was the only thing that was working for us, because our running game was dog shit.
Oh, let's call a wildcat for the 5th time in a row.
Wow, I wonder if that's going to work on 4th down. Nope.
Get your play calling together, bro.
Yeah, I told you this when we were leaving. Whoever ASU's offensive coordinator is needs to be shot. And I
mean,
still
that
mean
was
that.
a overreaction, but I get it. Yeah, it was, maybe shot with a BB gun. Just be like, hey, don't do that
I didn't
again.
say get shot with what. I just said he needs to get shot.
Maybe like a Nerf gun.
Sure, whatever. Maybe
like-
slap in the face with with the back of a hammer. Whatever.
One of those big giant hands from Jackass.
Yeah.
Just hidden behind a corner. Pump
Oh,
up the
dude.
crowd, brother.
I want to hit him with fucking Hulk hands repeatedly.
Oh, dude. I loved going over to my friend's house, and they had those, and we would just
Yep.
beat the shit out of each other with it.
That or rock'em, sock'em.
Sock'em poppers.
Sock'em boppers. There we go.
I,
More fun than our pillow fight.
yeah. I never had those,
I didn't either.
but I like the commercial. What's your favorite? Let's break off sports for just a minute. Favorite childhood toy? Uh-oh.
No, I'm kidding. Do video games count or no?
Sure.
Um,
Yeah, I was more of a video game guy. I had toys until I was like 5, and then someone got me a PS2.
yeah, as a kid, with my childhood and how I grew up was a little different. But oh shit, I broke a lot of things when I was a kid.
Oh, I
Like
got a
toys?
story. I got a story about breaking a toy.
I remember my dad got me this
It's not
like
a story, but
I don't even know, like a trophy truck that you could like like a trophy truck you just fuck around with, not that not an RC one, but you just drive around with it or whatever.
okay.
And I'm like, wow, this is pretty cool. And for some reason, my little 5-year-old ass went out in the backyard, fucking just straight Gronk spiked it into the ground, broke into a fucking 8 pieces. And I'm like, I'm sitting there like, what? Confused.
Like, why would it do that?
Yeah. My dad comes outside and he's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I didn't think it would break. He's like, get your ass inside. What the fuck's wrong with you? I'm just crying. I'm like, I'm sorry. Oh my God. But to answer your question, probably the PS2 or Super Nintendo, to be honest with you, man, because I played the shit out of those. It every other day, or not every day I'd be playing that nonstop.
Same.
Because
yeah.
when you're an only child, you don't have anybody else to hang out or play with. So when my cousins weren't over, it was just me and myself. So I just play that.
Yeah, I had. I want to tell the broken toy thing first.
Go ahead, do it.
So it was my birthday. I don't know which one, but I was very young. I was still young enough to be getting toys, and I got this toy from somebody. Honestly, I don't even remember who, but I remember we got back home, and I remember my mom just being like, "Hey, this is very delicate, so you can't be playing with this too hard. You got to be nice and gentle." And I was like, "Okay," and then 5 minutes later, I was like, "Hey, new toys!" Everything she said went out the window. I opened it up, and honestly, I knew I was going to be into sports at that age. I was already doing t-ball and stuff. And these were weird looking, the best way I can describe them is Transformers. The rocket, the movie.
Optimus Prime.
Yeah, those guys.
Bumblebee.
Those guys. It looked like that, but they were for sure cars.
Japanese.
Probably.
Anyway,
And
continue.
they were made of metal, and they were very delicately put together. And I remember getting them together, and lining. There was 40 of them. Came in a case. I remember getting them like this, lining them up together, and then I would grab them, and I would just be and just break them. I fucking shattered all of them into a million pieces. And my mom would she'd be like, "Macy, what?" And she would like look at me, and I'm just going. And it took me like 30 minutes to get through all of these toys, just going, just destroying these toys that I just got. And by the time I was done, I was like, well, I guess this is trash now? Because, like, there's no way you're putting it back together. My mom's like, it's trash. She threw it away. But, yeah, man. I think the game console I played the most, I had a PlayStation 2. That's the first thing I got. Or no, maybe I got a Game Boy first. But I played with both of those a lot. Those were fun. Mario Kart. Then, what's that one? MVP Baseball.
Ooh, that's a good one.
And then...
I don't know why the story just popped in my mind, but go ahead. I have another story of me breaking shit from my childhood.
There's another one. It doesn't matter. Just, basic little video games.
Yeah, totally good. I have a lot of those.
Yeah. What's your story?
So, I'm like 7.
All right.
I'm like 7. So, the way my old house used to work.
Post 9/11, fun fact.
Yeah, I survived.
Quick math.
I survived.
Yeah.
I think RIP to the victims, too. Anyway. So, there's like a wall, obviously the wall of the house, and then there was this massive window. Probably as big as that window over there. Like both sides.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how long it is. I'm not going to try and guess because I suck at that.
Sure.
But just imagine like the end of the house with like a solid concrete base that you can like throw a ball against.
Oh,
and then like it come up to maybe your belly button.
If you get good speed.
Yeah, and then just above your belly button, your chest is where the window is. It's a massive window. There's 2 of them. So I'm on the end of the house, and I have a bat in this really hard, smiley ball.
Okay.
It's really hard, smiley, bouncy ball.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know why, but again, I took the bat, I took the ball, and I hit it. Threw out to myself, and I hit it against the wall.
Ping.
I was like, and I hit it back to myself, and I was like, oh, this is easy. I got this. I did that a couple more times, and all of a sudden, I did it, and I hit it against the wall, and it, like, popped back up for me perfectly, and I was like, oh, sweet, right back down. And, of course, I just drilled it. Perfect. Boom! Directly in the middle of the window.
Oh, bro.
And I remember I just froze.
Like,
and I was like, oh, dude, I'm so screwed. Of course, my dad comes out, and he's like, that's one of the scariest faces my dad would ever make. He'd be like, and he'd be like, I hate when he does this, too. He looked at me, he's like, what the fuck did you do?
oh my God.
Like talking really quiet, because then he just starts building up to start screaming at me, and I'm like, and I have the bat in my hand still. I'm just like, the ball's still in the window.
Yeah.
Like it's stuck. And
I know. I can picture it perfectly. Yeah.
Spider cracked everywhere.
Oh.
My dad's like, did you just fucking looks at the window, and he's like, get your ass inside. He goes, I swear to God, if you don't get your ass inside right now, you're gonna fucking die. Get your ass inside right now. And I'm like, I toss the bat and I run into my room.
Yeah.
I was like, shit.
Yeah. There would have been a few days before I talked to either of my parents if I did something like that.
Yeah, I've done a lot of dumb shit, but yeah, there's that. That was fun.
That is fun, man. Jeez, bro.
Did you ever break your parents' phone? Because I have.
No, but one time my brother scooped out a fish we had and then just killed it.
That's great. All right, I got a random one for you. So I'm like 5 or 6, and where my step grandparents used to live in South Carolina.
Yeah.
Which is right by the ocean. Seabrook, South Carolina. It's my favorite spots on the planet.
Okay, I was thinking Illinois. Okay,
anyway,
sorry.
By their old house, they had this little crab dock that people actually use to catch crabs in.
Crab.
And my grandpa was like, all right, let's go out there. So, of course, I caught my first crab, and I was like, yes, this is awesome. And I thought you were supposed to catch and release it.
How are you catching crabs?
You get chicken, you put it on string line. You just toss it in there, and
They grab it?
yeah, they grab it and hold on, and you just slowly just fucking inch your way up until it's up
Nice.
there.
Okay.
Or a lot of people have like nets and shit.
Yeah, I'm used to the nets and
So like I would always
crab
pull up
traps.
the nets just
Okay.
to see if there was any in there. There was always somebody had someone in there. I was like, that's cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, so my grandma gets the crab, and I'm like, oh, cool, I caught it. And this dude straight puts the crab on the dock and just curb stomps it.
Yeah.
I was like,
That freaked you out?
why'd you do that? I started crying, dude.
Hey, that's me too. That's okay.
I was 6. I was like,
Ugh, first time seeing that is pretty radical.
I thought like that was Mr. Krabs, bro. I was like, money.
Money.
So I was
Money.
terrorized by that experience.
Tremendous. Yeah, I remember the first time.
So funny.
Dude, the first time I caught a fish, it was kind of so the day of the fish catching, I don't know, 5 hours beforehand, we had just gotten these fishermen, pocket fishermen. It's some terrible fishing
Macy's
rod.
a pocket fisherman. But
Terrible
instead of fishing for fish, he fishes for dick.
What? I wasn't expecting that.
That's why I always make the pocket fisherman joke. Not for the actual fish.
Oh. I actually had a pocket fisherman.
Okay.
Is that like a South Park thing?
No,
Oh.
that's me.
Wow. All right. Maybe that's why I didn't get it.
Macy's a pocket fisherman.
Okay, whatever.
Oh,
So
God. Anyway, continue.
so we got these pocket fishermens. And have you seen, do you know what they are?
Yes, I've seen them.
Yeah, they fold and they're gay.
Yes.
They're really gay. And so we're using them. And almost immediately, my brother he also catches a flounder. That was his first fish. He caught it, I don't know, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And we're out there, we're having the time of our lives. We're fishing for a couple hours. And, he catches and releases that. There's no reason to keep it. We go to dinner. We come back. It's kind of dark, but we can still kind of see.
Excuse me.
And so I put the line in the water, and Carson's with me watching. And then immediately I catch something. And this is the first time I ever felt a fish, like, touch the bait and do all that. And I'm like, oh, my God. And so I'm reeling it in. And as I get it, like, close to the top of the water, I see that I foul hooked it. And foul hook means you catch it not by the mouth. It means the hook is somewhere else on the fish's body. And that's one of the most gruesome ways to catch a fish. And so I see that it's going through this flounder's eye. And I'm like, oh my God. And so I'm like, Carson, like immediately I start crying. Like from as soon as I see it to I'm like, 2 seconds had gone by, I'm bawling tears. I'm like, Carson, hold this. I gotta get Dad. And so I run as fast as I can to the house. I get my dad. And I'm like, there's a flounder. There's a hook in his eye. He's gonna die. Dad. And then he's like, oh, freaking kids. And then he gets his Crocs on, walk outside, and he's got like pliers in his hand. And he's like, why are you making me do this? It's 8 o'clock at night. I can't see anything. And then he gets the flounder, and he's not like, my dad's not like a real outdoors guy. So he's like having a hard time holding the fish, and the fish is like,
Yeah, it's floppy. It's not happy.
it's a floppy flounder.
It's a little pissed off.
Very pissed off. There's a hook going through its eye. And so I'm like, Dad, is it gonna die? And he's like, shut up. And he's like, oh, motherfucker. Because the flounder had just bit his fucking finger. And my dad's like, ah, fuck, I'm bleeding.
What a disaster.
It was so. There's no light outside. This before like cell phones were super popular, so no cell phones, no flashlight, no street lights because we're on the fucking water. It's dark. All we have is the moon and like the stadium lights from across the river. It's dark. It is. Oh man, what a time. And by the time my grandma came outside, it took her a little bit. She brought this giant flashlight. She's shining it on the flounder. And I'm like, damn, I didn't know those fucking things had teeth. Flounders have fucking teeth, kid. And so my dad's just gushing blood. And then eventually he's just like, fuck this. And he just rips the fucking... and he throws the thing in. And I was like,
Its eye still on the hook.
Oh my god, I'd never seen that before. I was like, it didn't like rip the fish in half. Like, don't get that wrong. He fucking ripped the hook through the skin of the. I don't
Its
know.
eye.
Flounders are weird. Like,
Its eye still attached to the hook.
I mean, maybe, like, flounders are weird. So it's not like it went from under and then through. It went like directly right here. So it would be like as if he was getting this part of his eye pierced, which kind of isn't that bad. But at the time, it freaked me out. I was like, I was like, Dad killed the fish.
I got a fish killing story.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
So, we are not for animal abuse. Just want to say that right now.
Except for fish.
Flog them.
Fish fear me. I love those hats. It's just like, it's like women want to be me or with me, and fish fear me.
Love it.
Those are funny.
So, I go in my neighborhood in
Illinois?
yeah. There's a huge ass like pond in the middle of like the neighborhood, and a lot of the kids go and fish there.
Fish.
They go to fish. They like to catch fish. So I'm sitting there,
Fish.
and I'm sitting there fishing alone. All of a sudden, I look over to my right, and there's a fish with a hook in its mouth, just dead.
Ooh.
And I'm like, what? Okay. And so some of my other friends come around, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck happened to that fish over there? And they're like, oh, yeah, dude. So we were fishing yesterday, and it got caught, like, deep in its neck. We couldn't get it out, so we just had fucking threw it over there. I was like, why?
Dude.
And they're like, I don't know.
That's fucking wild.
I'm like, okay.
I was at a public park on Veterans Day a couple years ago, and I was like, they were doing some remember the veterans type of deal. And after that was done, there's a pond, like a man-made pond. So there's fish in there that they threw in there through the fish tube. And
Fish.
we're just walking over there. We're not fishing. We just have our dog. We're just having a time at the park. And then we like smell. We're like, man, why is it smell? Something smells fishy. And I'm like, why does it smell fishy? And like I look down, there's like a 2-foot long catfish at my foot. And I'm like, how did I miss that? And I'm just looking at it. Why is it on the beach? Like, why did it wash up here? And then I'm like poking it. And I'm like, are you alive? Like, it's not. It's been dead for a long time. And I was like, okay, man. The way she goes, Bubs.
It's the way of the road.
The way of the road. Ladies of the evening. Bubs. They're friends of the road.
God, what a show.
Oh, we're about to be done, and I'm pissed off. I hate that we're almost done.
Well, since we are almost done, we should probably get our picks in for this week.
Yeah, we're almost.
So we're going to flip it on you. We're not going to do everybody because that's way too complicated. So we're going to follow, obviously, the Cardinals and the Burrs.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to do the Sunday night game and Monday Night Football. So those are what we're going to keep track of. So the Bears have the Buccaneers this week. They're not going to win.
Baker Mayfield's going to win.
Yeah, there's no shot Justin Fields comes back from that. Just no way. Yeah, they do, cool, but I don't think so.
I'm going to have to agree with you there.
And the Cardinals play the New York Giants.
Let me check. We are not sponsored, but this is the betting thing I use. I use FanDuel.
They have Giants by 4.5.
I use FanDuel just because I like it. I'm not sponsored by them, obviously, but let me check here. The Bears are also an underdog. The Cards, the Giants are a little bit more favored to win that game.
Oh, the underdog. I'll go with the Cardinals.
Yeah.
I think they can do it.
We have no. I think it's going to be a Saquon Barkley show because the Cardinals haven't had a run defense since I can't even remember when. Maybe since Buddy Kennedy. What was his name? Buddy Ryan. He's Rex Ryan's dad. Since Buddy Ryan's dad was the coach. And even then, I don't know if there was a run game. I wasn't even a football fan until like 2007. It's crazy. I think it's going to be a Saquon Barkley just show.
I could see it.
Yeah, on fantasy, he's on my team, and they're predicting him to get 19 points, and we're in a PPR league, or PRR, whatever it is. That's a lot for a running back in that type of league. Man, A.J. Brown only got me 6 points tonight.
So you're going with the Giants?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the Giants, man. I don't want them to win. I want the Cards to win.
All right, I'm going to switch it and go Giants.
But it's just...
Sunday night game, you got the Dolphins at the Pats.
Dolphins.
Yeah, for surezies.
And MNF.
The Saints at the Panthers. Obviously, I'm going with the Saints. The Panthers just don't have it.
Who that said they going to beat them Saints?
Then the other one is the Browns at the Steelers. Go. The Browns
Dog pound.
Yeah, the Browns are going to win that one. Steelers didn't even look like they knew what to do.
Steelers look like they can't catch a cold.
Mm-hmm. I love their leading receivers, Allen Robinson II. I hate that guy.
Hey, Rob.
Such a joke.
All right, and then we're both going to pick like our favorite underdog of the week who we think is going to surprise people. Like they're going to be like, dang, they won? Oh, that's next week. I went too far.
I think the Jaguars are going to be the Chiefs.
Oh, yeah. Dude, damn it. I wish I said that first. I'm going to have to pick a different one now. I'm going to go Commanders going to beat Denver.
Commanders are a good team, bro. I mean,
I disagree. But
well, they're not a great team, but they're also not the worst.
They have a good defense.
Yeah.
And
Sucks.
Denver has Russell Wilson, and that is continuing to prove a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
So I said Commanders, and Josie said
Jags.
Duval. All right, week 2 predictions. That way we're not overloading with information, and, you know, we don't have a staff like ESPN does to keep track of all that. You know, that's too much. Not that it's too much work, but it's just like...
It's a lot.
This is a podcast. This is not a Monday night football special.
We're not football analysts.
No.
We are two schlubs.
We're 2 schlubs trying to crack our back on camera. Man. Do you remember those wooden chairs in school where you just go like this? You just lean back. Oh, and just every bone in your back would crack.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I miss that. Oh, my Lord. I was just thinking about re-enlisting in high school. Is that the term?
Go get your grade 10.
Get my grade 10. Just do that for a day. That way I can just be like, hey, man, hold on. Let me just sit there and just...
All right. I got to leave now.
All right, I got to go to work. Bye. They'd be like, what the...
Yeah, I would imagine they'd be a little confused.
You're like, why does this guy keep showing up? And then...
He's here for 5 seconds and he just leaves.
Yes, just say, I'm too poor to afford a chiropractor.
Oh, man.
The good old days. Do you have a favorite fruit? Because I have a fruit that, well, first off, you are a fruit. So,
Fruit of the loom.
Get that out of the way. And second, have you ever tried a dragon fruit?
I have.
Really?
Actually. Yeah.
That wasn't a kiwi or kiwi? What's it called? Haichu.
No, I've actually tried it.
How'd you like it?
I didn't. Yeah, my brother made me try it in Illinois, and I didn't like it at all.
It's like very plain. You didn't like it?
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Well,
Wasn't a fan.
that ruins this week's guess of Joey tries.
Sorry.
All good, buddy. Anything else you want to talk about?
Not at the moment, no.
All right, cool.
Well, this has been another
We talked about murdering fish,
football.
football, bad ASU things. Who do we play this week? Who's ASU play this week?
We got Fresno State at home again. So we got a shot, maybe.
I hear
My
they're
dad's
good.
throwing in the towel.
Yeah, I hear Fresno State's actually kind of good.
Yeah, they're 2-0 right now, so I don't know.
I think they have a 10-game win streak. Going
Here's
back
the
to
deal.
last
It's
year.
going to be hard, obviously, but it's only going to get worse from here.
Oh yeah.
Because you got USC after this,
Plus that everybody's injured apparently.
then Colorado.
I didn't know everybody was injured. Wait, does it start with 5 straight home games?
Yeah,
Oh my lord.
and you can't win.
No.
So this is going to be bad.
we're gonna be 1-4
Mm-hmm.
by the time Colorado runs through and prime.
Steamrolls us,
Yeah,
56-0.
I bet we're gonna be one of the only teams that doesn't talk shit to him. We're gonna be like, no, just get the ass whooping over with.
I hope to God we don't talk shit to him.
No,
Because Colorado State is going to be murdered by 100.
that is a game that if I was in Colorado, I'd be like, no, we're going to that.
Yeah, Colorado State's going to get ass kicked so hard, they're never going to talk shit again.
That coach might get fired tomorrow.
Ever.
That coach would get fired after the game. I like to take my hat off as a sign of respect. Shut
An
up.
adult takes his glasses off. I'm like, bro, you're a
Shut up.
dork.
You're a dork face.
I'm like, you're a dork fish.
I'm a dork fish.
He's a jagoff. Clearly, you coach for Colorado State. Shut up.
Honestly.
Oh, I'm so big time. Duh.
I run a fine establishment here in... What even city is that in?
Colorado State, not a clue.
Yeah.
Don't
exactly.
matter enough. Anyway,
Oh, well.
this has been PT.
Thanks for listening.
Our camera's about to die.
Oh, yeah, that's a good time to end it.
Yep.
All right, follow on social media at Macy VT, at Panek Joey 17 __ because the first one he used was flagged as racist. What even does that mean? We have yet to find out. Anyway.
Bye.